Hi, my name is Ikai. I am your movement teacher. Today I will be teaching you a deep pelvic floor work. So you will see on my assistant that this area is the pelvis. You will hear me saying the ASIS bone during the video. These two bones are the front pelvic bones, ASIS bones. When you place your hands on your waistline, you will be feeling them, you will be touching them. And this bone here is the pubic bone. Again, I will be cueing about the pubic bone. It is the bone that a little bit lower than the ASIS bones towards in between the legs. So the pelvic floor muscles are our deepest core muscles. In order to feel them, we need to tune in and we need to really quiet the superficial other muscles like the gluteus maximus, the glutes. I will be cueing that as well. In order for us to feel the deepest layer, we really need to tune in, relax the outside, and really focus on the inside. It will take time to feel the sensations on the pelvic floor muscles. So it won't be enough to doing this video just once. Keep doing this, keep repeating the exact same movements, and then in time you will feel those muscles, you will feel the sensations, you will feel if they're too tight, or you will feel that you're really engaging some of the deepest layers. I hope you will enjoy. We will start laying down on our backs today. I suggest you to have a pillow or a towel for your head. While working on the pelvic floor, we like the head to be in alignment with the pelvis, with the pelvic floor as much as possible, and make sure your neck and your shoulders are relaxed. We will get there. Place your hands behind your knees and then slowly bring yourself down onto your back. Draw the heels towards you. Relax your head and your shoulders. Relax your arms down by your sides, not too close to the body, but make sure you have a little bit space underneath your shoulders, your armpits. Place your feet in a parallel position. Relax the back of your eyes. You can close your eyes if you like. Your shoulders, your pelvis. Take a nice and deep inhale to the back of your eyes where the spinal muscles, the back muscles start from. And then on the exhale, relax down onto your mat. Now let's tune into your pelvis. If you like, you can take your hands on your pelvis to feel the right alignment, the position of your pelvis. We will move a little bit with the feet. So ground your feet and then use your feet to posteriorly to tilt your pelvis, to roll your front hip bones up towards your rib cage, and then let go of your feet. Now through the front connections, imagine you're reaching the front of your pelvis away from your belly button between your legs. And then again, now without using your feet, roll your pelvis, the bones here, the pelvic bones, up towards your belly, and then move them away from you. Reach the front line away from your belly button and your pubic bone away from you. Let's do this a couple more times. The front hip bones, ASIS bones, and the pubic bone are the front bones of the pelvis. And I like to move my pelvis through the front connections rather than grabbing through the glutes or the posterior muscles. So I want to roll my pelvis, pubic bone, towards me through the front connections, relaxing the feet completely, and then move the pelvis again away from you, away from your belly button, to find and feel an easeful curve on your back. Now find the central alignment for you where you feel comfortable. Just a reminder, most of the time we find ourselves tucked in flat back position. This is not a central alignment, but if you feel comfortable today in this position, you can stay here. If you're okay, tune into your body. If possible, move the pubic bone a little bit away from you. And then I will mirror talk. So we will start with the left leg. Start opening your left knee to the left side and feel how much you can stabilize your pelvis. And then you will let go of that stability and rotate your pelvis towards your left. Then slowly bring your pelvis back to the center. Let the left knee follow. Relaxing the arms and neck and your shoulders, tuning into the pelvis. This time, open your right knee to the right side. Rotate your pelvis to the right side, stabilizing the left leg. And then bring your pelvis back to the center. Close your right knee in. Again, as you open your right leg to the left leg to the left side, feel how you're lengthening your inner thigh muscles and moving the inner thigh muscles kind of away from your pelvic floor. Then let go of that stability of your pelvis and rotate your pelvis to your left. When you do that, tune into your body. Do you feel it on your back? Is it the back muscles engaging and rotating your pelvis? Or can you fully relax the back, including your glutes, while rotating your pelvis to the right, to the left? Try to reach your right inner thigh and feel the elongation, the opening. And then bring your pelvis using the pelvic floor muscles and the inner thigh muscles back home. Let's go to your right. Opening the right leg, right knee to the right side, feeling the inner thigh and the pelvic connection. As I open my right knee towards the right, it lengthens my inner thigh muscles. And then I rotate my pelvis through grounding my left foot gently. The inner thighs are lengthening. I'm relaxing the back of my body and finding the connection in the front and between my legs. Then slowly bring your pelvis back home and use your right inner thigh muscles to close the leg again. Now let's talk about the pelvic floor. You can close your eyes and tune into your sit bones. The sit bones are the bottom of your pelvis when you sit up on a chair. Those are the bones that you feel on the chair. The pelvic floor muscles are in between those sit bones and in between the tailbone, the back pelvis bone, and in the front. So it's like a diamond shape. Let's feel that and slowly move your tailbone forward and up towards you. Imagine you're lengthening the fibers between the tailbone and the pubic bone, and then move the pelvis away from you while relaxing the back. Everything happens in the front. Again, move your tailbone to the pubic bone. The pubic bone is the front hip bone. And then reach the pubic bone away, relax all the back muscles. Now find the central alignment for your pelvis. Now we will open both knees out to the sides. This is while stabilizing the pelvis, of course. This will be lengthening your inner thigh muscles while stretching the tissue of the pelvic floor, the fascia of the pelvic floor. And then engaging, pulling the pelvis, the pelvic floor, and maybe you can imagine pulling the organs up without changing the position of the pelvis. We close the legs together. Let go of the pelvic floor muscles, let go of that pulling in feeling. Open the knees out to the sides, feel the length on your inner thigh muscles while you're really stabilizing your pelvis. And on the exhale, pull the pelvic floor muscles in and up, no glutes, Close the inner thighs, your legs together. One more time. We open the knees out to the sides while keeping the pelvis stable. If you can really keep the pelvis stable, that will be your pelvic floor muscles working. And then pull the pelvic floor muscles up gently without changing the position of the pelvis. Bring your legs together. Adding on. Open the knees out to the sides as you stabilize your pelvis. And then engage the pelvic floor and the deep abdominals. Tilt your pelvis backwards towards you. Feel how that changes the length of your inner thighs. Fully relax the outer thighs and your glutes. And engaging the inner thighs, close the legs together. Then move the pubic bone again away from you. One more time. Stabilizing the pelvis in central alignment. Open your knees out to the sides. Engaging the pelvic floor and the deep abdominals. Tilting the pelvis backwards as you fully relax your glutes. Try to focus on the front tissue, front muscles, and feel the length on the inner thighs. Now you're going to engage the inner thigh muscles to bring your knees in together. Move the pubic bone away and relax your pelvic floor muscles. Take one leg up to tabletop. Place your hand behind the knee. Take the other leg. Place the other hand behind your knee. Relax your shin bones down, your heels down towards your sit bones. The neck and the shoulders are also relaxed. And then go side to side to give yourself a nice massage to your lower back. Shoulders are relaxed. And your neck, your face also relaxed. Now bring one foot down on the floor and then the other foot down onto the floor. Relax the arms again to your sides. Now tune into the back of your head. The back of the eyes, but the back of your skull, really your head. Feel the weight of your head on your pillow or on your towel and imagine you have a little bowl underneath your head. With your next inhale, you will reach very gently the back of the head towards the back wall, and that makes the chin go in a little bit. Feel if you feel a little bit more length on your neck. And then let go, let the tissue bring you back to where you were before elongating the neck. Inhale here again, feel the back of the head on the pillow, and then slowly try to slide it away from your torso towards the back wall. That naturally makes the chin go in a little bit. And then you just let go and listen to your tissue, where your tissue brings you back. 2 more times. We will inhale and reach the back of the head and slide it gently away from your torso towards the back wall. Can you feel that this little movement can actually elongate your whole spine? Let go. Maybe you're not feeling it today. That's okay. We will do one more time. Breathing in, feeling the back of the head and gently move it, slide it towards the back wall. I have a door there, so I'm targeting reaching to the door. And then you let go. Now we will combine that little elongation and the pelvic floor engagement. Take a nice and deep inhale here again. Tune into your pelvis. Try to maintain the central alignment of your pelvis and then reach the back of your head to the back wall. Check if there's any change happening on your torso. Stabilizing the pelvis, and you will take your left leg up to a tabletop. Tabletop means having 90-degree at the hip joint and 90-degree angle at the knee joint. So maintain that elongation through the back of the head. Slowly lower your left toes down, tap, and lift back up. Again, I'm breathing in as I reach the back of my head to the back wall, relaxing my neck and my shoulders. Tap and lift. We will do 2 more times. Find the length. Tap your left toes down. Lift up. The pelvis is stable, creating the elongation, kind of polarity with the head. So the head is going back while the foot is going away and down. Bring the leg back to the central alignment and lower your left foot down. Let go of everything. Fully relax your pelvic floor muscles, your neck muscles, and your shoulders. This is really important in pelvic floor training. Most of the time, we engage the pelvic floor muscles, but we don't relax them when we don't need them. So that's really crucial. Let go. And let's do the other side. Take a nice and deep inhale here. Reach the back of the head towards the back wall and then tabletop your right leg. 90-degree angle at the hip joint and the knee joint. When you're ready, maintaining the elongation through the back of the head, tap your right toes down and then lift up. Breathing in, tapping, and bring it back. Relax your ankle, relax your calf muscles, and focus on the elongation through the spine and gentle engagement on the pelvic floor muscles. I want to engage my pelvic floor muscles as much as necessary, as little as possible. This is the last one. Reach the crown of the head, the back of the head while you're moving the leg, your knee away from you, and then bring it back home. Bring your right leg down and fully relax your pelvic floor muscles. Let go of the pelvic floor. Relax your neck and your shoulders as well. Bring your feet a little closer to you in order to feel more supported. Now we're going to engage the pelvic floor muscles. When I say pelvic floor, you can visualize 2 elastic bands, one between 2 sit bones, and the other one is between the pubic bone and the tailbone. Where these 2 lines cross each other, that's the diaphragm of your pelvic floor. So pull that point up to engage the pelvic floor, and then move your pelvis towards you, towards your belly button, towards your chest, and then hold. Now, at this point, I don't need any glute engagement, any engagement on the back. If you're grabbing from the glutes, I want you to be aware and try to relax as much as possible. Sometimes it takes time to fully let go of the glutes or habitual patterns. So try to really let go of your glutes. And then engage the lower fibers of your abs and the deep abdominals to roll the pelvis a little bit more towards you. With the grounding of your feet, your pelvis will slowly come off the floor. Hold it here. It's barely off the floor. Maybe your skin is still in contact with your mat. Relaxing the neck and shoulders, and again, tune in. Can you let go of the glutes? Any grabbing through the tailbone area? Breathing in. And then now, ground your feet a little stronger. Imagine very gently you're pushing the body weight towards your shoulders, and that is opening the front of your hip joint a little bit more. Now the pelvis is off the floor and your lower back is off the floor, but the bottom rib area on your back is kind of on the floor still. Tune into your glutes again. At this height, you don't need glute engagement. Can you let go that superficial strong muscle? And can you make the deeper and the smaller muscles work at this point? Maybe breathe in all the way down, direct the breath all the way down to your pelvis, to the back of your pelvis and the tailbone area, the sacrum. Now we're slowly going down on the exhale. Feel your lower back coming down one vertebra at a time. Feel the backbones of your pelvis. And when you feel the floor, let go of the pelvic floor engagement and reach the pubic bone away from you, away from your belly, in between your legs. Maybe you can visualize it's going down towards your mat. Take a nice and deep inhale here. On the exhale, engaging the pelvic floor and the deep abdominals. Pull the pelvic floor muscles gently up. Move your tailbone towards the pubic bone in order to posteriorly tilt, tilting the pelvis backwards. Grounding your feet, engaging the lower abs and taking your pelvis just off the floor. Now the pelvis is off the floor and your lower back is off the floor. Breathe in all the way down to your pelvic floor muscles, actually to your glutes. Try to let go of your glutes and let the deeper layers work. Let the other structures work and be curious. When I let go of my glutes, which muscles are working? You don't have to know the muscles, of course, but what other feelings that I'm feeling at this point? Other structures that I'm feeling at when I let go of the glutes. And then slowly bring the lower back down, your pelvis down, and reach the pubic bone away from you, in between, towards the space in between your legs. Let's do one last time. Breathing in, and on the exhale, pull the pelvic floor muscles up towards your organs, I mean. Then move your tailbone to the pubic bone. Imagine the fibers are lengthening. And ground your feet, engaging the deep abdominals. Take your pelvis just off the floor. Holding it here. At this height, you don't need the glute engagement. You don't need the grabbing here. Can you let go of that? Slowly on the exhale, bring your lower back down. The back muscles of the pelvis down. And then reach the pubic bone away from you. Slowly open your left leg to the left side. Stabilize your pelvis. Let go of that and rotate your pelvis to the left. Reach the right inner thighs out, away from you. Feel, what does it mean for you? What does it mean reaching the inner thighs out? Can you feel its connection to the pelvic floor? And then no grabbing through the glutes. We are engaging the pelvic floor muscles. We tilt the pelvis backwards, carry back to the center, and like a domino, left leg follows. Open your right leg out to the side. Stabilize your pelvis. And then you let go, rotate your pelvis to your right. Can you reach the left inner thigh out? And again, we're being curious. What does it mean reaching? It doesn't mean anything sometimes, but still try. What does she mean by reaching, by lengthening? Try to investigate. And then move your tailbone to the pubic bone into a posterior tilt position. Then slowly bring your pelvis back to the center. Carry your right leg home. Center the pelvis. Reach the pubic bone away from you. Adding on, let's close your legs together. Lift the heels off the floor and engage the pelvic floor muscles. Slowly move both knees to your left while you're keeping your right hip still in contact with your mat. Carry your legs back home. And now you're gonna keep your left hip in contact with your mat and move both knees towards your right as much as that feels okay for you. And then bring your legs back home again. Relax the heels. If you're feeling on your calf muscles, it means that you're using your feet to carry the weight of your legs. Let's try to engage the pelvic floor and the deep core muscles to carry the weight of your legs. Slowly take the heels off the floor, engaging the pelvic floor muscles. Try to be light on your toes and your calf muscles. Move both knees to the left, keeping the right hip on the mat. Center. Move both knees to your right. Keep the left hip on the mat. Center. Lower the heels down. Relax the pelvic floor muscles. Let go of the pelvic floor muscles fully. Engage the pelvic floor and the deep abdominals. Take the heels off the floor again. Now we're moving to the left side. Pause. Adding on. Can you keep your right leg where it is and slowly start opening your left knee to the side while reaching the inner thighs out? Use the inner thighs to lift the left leg and touch to the right leg. Again, open your left leg. Tune into the pelvic floor muscles, feel the engagement, and then you lift and close. 2 more times. Keep the right hip bone on the mat as you open the left inner thigh, the left leg. Use the inner thigh and close. We will do 1 more time. Opening, engaging the pelvic floor and the inner thigh. Bring it back home. Now center your legs, lower the heels down, and fully let go of your pelvic floor muscles. Breathe in. And breathe out. Now engage the pelvic floor muscles again. Take your heels off the floor. Slowly move your both knees towards your right. Stabilize your left leg where it is. And then start opening your right leg, right knee out to the side, and use the inner thighs to carry the knee back home. The left knee is still pointing the right side of the body room. While you're working on your right inner thighs as you open and close the knee, you are also tensioning and strengthening the outside of your left hip, left leg. Keep this hip gently on the floor. Feel this lengthening happening on the left side. Let this happen while you're also working on the right inner thighs. Bring the right leg all the way and then slowly carry both legs back to the center. Lower the heels down. Relax the pelvic floor muscles fully. Separate your feet again. Sometimes it's good to lift the toes up and spread the toes in order to feel the grounding of the feet. The pelvic floor muscles at this point is fully relaxed. Now take a nice and deep inhale all the way down to your pelvis, the pelvic floor. And on the exhale, imagine you're pulling, you're kind of sucking the pelvic floor muscles up. Move your tailbone towards the pubic bone, your pubic bone up towards your belly button, so tilting your pelvis backwards. Engaging the deeper abdominals and grounding the feet, gently lift your pelvis off the floor and then tune in to your glutes again. They're superficial, they're strong. Can you let go of them? At this height, you don't need the glute engagement. Can you make deeper layers work? The deeper and smaller muscles work and the glutes can fully relax. Then slowly bring your lower back down, your pelvis down. This time you will reach the pubic bone fully away from you, and check how this feels on your back. We will do one more time. Move the tailbone to the pubic bone and your pubic bone to the belly button. Slowly grounding the feet and lifting the pelvic floor muscles off the floor. The pelvis off the floor. Now let's tune in. If you're able to, let go of your glutes and the grabbing through the glutes. Let's try going a little higher up. You can ground your feet. Imagine you're pushing the body weight a little up towards your shoulders. That will make that feeling of the leg bones going into deep into the hip socket. Tune into the glutes again. Can you let go? Roll the pubic bone up towards the belly button. Direct the breath when you next time breathe in all the way down to the back and the posterior pelvic floor muscles. On the exhale, let's go. Bone by bone, visualize each and every vertebra moving one by one as you slowly bring the pelvis all the way down. And then you reach the pubic bone away. Open your knees out to the sides as you stabilize your pelvis. Lengthen the inner thighs, and the length on the inner thighs is also stretching the pelvic floor tissue because they share the same attachment point. On the exhale, stabilize the pelvis, close the legs together. Now only open your knees halfway, not all the way where you can go. So don't go to your end range, only halfway. Tune into the pelvis, stabilize. Can you move your knees very gently up and down? You will be feeling your inner thighs, hopefully. Try to relax the outside of your hips and your legs. Your pelvic floor muscles kind of engage because you're stabilizing your pelvis. No grabbing through the glutes. And moving the knees up and down like butterfly wings. Next time, engage the pelvic floor and close your legs together. You must be feeling the inner thighs by now. And then slowly open the knees again, only halfway. We will do one more time. Breathing, let the breath flow. Just try to stabilize your pelvis. Butterfly legs. Engaging the pelvic floor and the deep abdominals. Slowly close the legs in. Let's move your feet as wide as your mat, if that's okay for you. If it's too much, you can always keep them a little bit more in together. Take a nice and deep inhale. Engaging the pelvic floor. Move your tailbone to the pubic bone and your pubic bone up towards your belly button. That will round your pelvis towards you. Take the pelvis off the floor and tune into the glutes. Relaxing the rib cage, relaxing the glutes at this point. Ground your feet and then you go higher up. While you're going higher, you may be feeling your glutes are working. At this point, they can work because we are high enough to engage the glutes. Now let's rotate the knees out. Turn the feet gently out to the pinky sides. And slowly turn the knees in and try to bring them in together. Again, reaching the sit bones towards your knees through the back and pulling the pelvic floor muscles up, rotating the knees out, and then turning the knees in, having an internal rotation at the hip joint. Let's do two more. Lengthen your sit bones towards the knees, open the knees, and then slowly closing the knees in together. One last time, breathing in and out. Now, if this keeping the knees together is okay for you. Slowly, still keeping the knees together as you articulate and bring your torso down. Otherwise, you can always separate your knees and then bring the pelvis back home. Walk the feet in so the feet will be sit bone width apart. Tune into the back of your neck, your head. Can you, like the way we did in the beginning, slide the back of the neck, head towards the back wall, engaging the pelvic floor and the deep abdominals in central alignment, and then tabletop your left leg. Reach the crown of the head and the back of the head even more, engaging the lower fibers, the lower abs, deeper abdominals. Tabletop your right leg if that suits you. Bring your left toes, tap, lift up, lower your right toes, tap, and lift up. And then bring the left foot down, bring your right foot down, and let go of the pelvic floor muscles fully. If two legs in tabletop position too much for you today, you don't have to do two legs at the same time. Just like the way we did in the beginning, you can always do one leg at a time. Let's do it again, engaging the pelvic floor. Pull the pelvic floor muscles in and up. Tabletop your right leg. Now reach the back of the head and then tabletop your left leg. You can bring one leg down anytime. Tap your right toes, lift back up. Tap your left toes and lift. Right toes again. Left toes again. Bring your right leg down. Bring your left leg down. Let go of the pelvic floor muscles. This is my favorite part. Can you really let go of the pelvic floor muscles? Now bring your feet a little closer to you. Take one leg up to tabletop and place the hand behind the knee. And then tabletop the other leg and then place the other hand behind the knee. Use your arms to bend your knees, to move your knees towards your chest. Drop the heels all the way down towards your sit bones. Let go of the pelvic floor muscles. You're not carrying any body weight. Let's go side to side to massage to your lower back. When you're centered, when you're ready, press the legs into your hands. Elongate the back of your head like the way we did. Slowly lift the head and shoulders off the floor. And then let your legs rock you back and forth. When you're ready, bring yourself up on your sit bones again. Now shift the body weight on your all fours, on your hands and your knees. We like to have the knees directly underneath the hip joint and the hands underneath the shoulder joint. Reaching the tailbone and the pelvis to the back wall while I'm reaching the back of my head to the front wall. Creating some kind of polarity on my spine without changing anything at this point, only feeling that tensional strength, the strength that comes from that polarity. Roll the shoulders a little bit back. Now you will use the hands, the arms, to push the body weight just only halfway back. So what happens is, in general, when we shift back, we curl the pelvis. Let's try not to do that. Uncurl your pelvis. Let go of the posterior pelvic floor muscles. And then you use your hands to bring the body weight again back on the all fours. Tune into your sit bones. Sometimes to my clients I cue like having a sharp sit bone feeling. When you feel your sit bones reaching to the back wall here, try to maintain that. And then shift the body weight back with the help of your arms and your hands. Can you maintain that sharp sit bone feeling? Can you separate your sit bones away from each other? Right now, your back muscles working against gravity in order to carry the upper body weight. So your hands kind of light on the floor. It doesn't have to be, but when we shift the body weight, we're looking to get lighter on the hands. Use the arms, shift the body weight forward. Let's add on to that. Move your tailbone to your pubic bone and your pubic bone up to the belly button, like the way we did on our back. So I'm pulling my tailbone in, lifting my pubic bone up, and relax your head and your shoulders. Let the head really relax. Use your arms to shift the body weight only halfway. I'm not going all the way down because I will lose the curve on my back if I go all the way down. Still engaging my pelvic floor and moving my tailbone up towards my sternum, breastbone. Now hold it here, feel how your hands are light. Then you let go of this curve. Can you reach both of your sit bones to the back wall while you're feeling the back of the head is reaching to the opposite direction? Feel the polarity again. Reach the sit bones to the back wall, reach the pubic bone to the back wall, and reach the back of the head away from them. The back muscles took over. And then we are shifting the body weight again on the all fours. We will do one more time. With the next exhale, engage the pelvic floor and the deep abdominals. Move your tailbone to the pubic bone, to the front hip bone, and your pelvis up towards your sternum. Fully relax your head and your neck. Make your head be fully relaxed and your neck too. Then you will use your arms to shift the body weight back. While shifting the body weight back, in order to maintain the curve on my back, I have to increase the engagement of the pelvic floor very gently. Now this time you will breathe into your lower back while lengthening the lower back horizontally. If you breathe in, you will also make the lower back open out to the sides. And then let go of the curl. Feel your sit bones, as I call it, sharp sit bone feeling. Reach the pubic bone to the back wall. Reach the crown of the head and the back of your head towards the front wall. Use the arms to shift the body weight forward. Now maintain this beautiful length on your spine. Press your shin bones and your ankles down. Can you feel that the force travels all the way up to your deep core muscles? Release the pressure. As you feel the sit bones reaching to the back wall, lift your feet and your ankles off the floor. Let's do it again. Lower your ankles and your shin bones down. Press. Release. Feel the sharp sit bone feeling as you take your feet off the floor. Keep going. So when I press my shin bones, the force travels from my shins, from my ankles, all the way up to my quads and then into the deep core. And then if you keep your pelvis in central alignment, when you pick up the feet, from the bottom of the feet up to the calf muscles, up to the hamstrings, and all the way up to your sit bones, you will be feeling the force is traveling. Let's do one last time. Press the feet down, letting the breath flow, taking the feet up, and then relaxing. Shift the body weight all the way back and fully let go. That's it for today. I hope to see you in the next video.